In this tutorial, we will learn more about how to implement audio assets authored in AtomCraft within an Unreal project. Before going further, make sure you've watched our previous tutorial on how to add the Cryware SDK features to the Unreal editor. In that previous tutorial, we saw how to add an Atom cue to a scene. Now let's see how to implement a 3D sound cue. A cue that has the 3D positioning pan type assigned in AtomCraft will automatically behave as a 3D sound in Unreal. It means that its volume and panning will change based on its position relative to the listener. A Cryware component called Focus Point is used to specify the listening points in Unreal, and by default, the listener is the camera. What it means is that adding a 3D sound cue to a scene is really easy. Simply select an Atom cue of the 3D positioning pan type and drag and drop it into your scene. And that's all. We've just implemented a 3D sound cue in our game. Let's play the scene to hear it. If you like, you can also define the attenuation parameters directly within the Unreal editor. Go to the World Outliner, browse down to the attenuation parameters, and check the Override Attenuation box. The parameters set in AtomCraft will now be ignored, and the volume will be controlled based on the values defined here. Let's listen to the result. We can also use the blueprints to control the sound playback. As a basic example, we're going to trigger a sound when the player hits the cylinder. First, select the cylinder in the scene view. Click on the Blueprint/Add Script button in the World Outliner, and click on the Create Blueprint button. The Actor Blueprint window appears. Select the Event Graph view. Choose an Atom cue in the Content browser. Drag it and drop it onto the Event Graph. Now we need to create an executable action node. In the Executable Actions window, select Add Event, choose Collision, and finally click on Event Hit. Easy, isn't it? We can now play the scene to hear our sound cue being triggered when we hit the cylinder. Let's go back to the Blueprint window. If we create a node and select Atom Sound, we can see all the available actions. There are plenty of possibilities here. We can play, stop, or pause a sound, set the pitch, set an ASAC, set a bus send level, etc., etc. This means that it is very simple to control the sounds based on what is happening in the game. Also notice that under the Cryware tab in the Executable Actions window, we have access to actions to attach and detach DSP bus settings, as well as actions to load and unload ACB files. With these last actions, you could load new ambient sounds and change reverberation settings when the player enters a given zone of your scene, for example. Implementing sound in your Unreal game using the Cryware SDK is really fast and easy. See you in the next tutorial.